you doing? My name's Brady. I'll be your instructor today. What I generally like to do is kind of start out with a few questions and let you hit a few golf balls. So, are you all loosened up, stretched out, ready to go? Okay. Whenever you're ready, just go ahead and we'll hit a couple golf balls. I may ask a couple of questions here and there, and we'll be able to kind of create a baseline that we want to start with. Jump these up a little faster for us. Couple more. How'd that one feel?
Good. I don't mind the ball flight just in the little left of my start line, I guess.
Okay. Watch one thing back here. Anything feel different on that one?
I line it up a little farther right.
Okay.
A little cleaner contact off the face.
Any knees, ankle, hip issues? Any restrictive
Nope,
issues in the golf swing?
not that I'm aware of.
Okay. As we can see just by watching your ball flight, your tendency is still to go left of your target. Okay. So, you know, it's one thing if you can play that constantly, it's just being able to be as repetitive as you can throughout any golf swing. But in looking at it today, we may just try to adjust a couple of things just to kind of limit the big miss left. How often would you say that happens to you?
Every now and then. As I go up in clubs, the miss gets more and more left.
Aggressive that way?
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Like probably 6.54 are my big misses. That's where I go way left.
Okay. Do you overcompensate then on the next swing and leave one out to the right at all?
No, I try to mentally try to aim at the same spot every time. So just because I pull it left, I line up the same as I would with my pitching wedge.
No matter if you're pulling it left or not?
No, because I think I'm gonna come back and I don't plan on hitting a bad one every time. I plan on, that just was
Okay.
random and get back to a normal swing.
Okay. I'm gonna get us a fresh set of screen here. Okay. Now we'll take a look at some face-on swings here and just kind of see what movement we have going on. How'd that one feel?
Good, feel like I got off the face.
Okay. Okay. How often does the chunky shot happen for you?
A couple times around.
Okay. Does it feel like it's from one specific thing that you hit behind the ball, or what? Why do you think you hit behind the golf ball?
I feel that when I do that, I'm kind of not picking my head up necessarily, but I'm kind of losing focus during my swing. I'm not just,
Okay.
concentrating on just
Sure.
getting through the ball. I'm just not
Okay.
thinking of anything.
Okay. Yeah, from looking at your swing plane, it's obviously very shallow into the golf ball. You know, more of a sweeper than somebody that attacks down on the golf ball.
Yeah.
But we still want to make sure we maximize hitting the ball first. That's one of the most important things in the golf swing is that moment of truth. Is we still, no matter if we're swinging, kind of sweeping through, we got to make sure we're getting good centeredness of contact on that club face. Okay. So part of that involves the weight shift forward when we swing throughout the the golf swing here. And some of the times it seems like you're just trying to help that ball
Yeah.
up in the air, and that's where it kind of restricts our weight to stay
Yeah.
back a little bit.
Yeah.
So we're gonna work on first here, just kind of a general weight shift movement.
Mhm.
And I really want you to feel like you're gonna get to that front foot when you start your downswing.
Okay.
Okay, so we wanna try to just feel that, nothing else changes, I just want you to start the downswing. When you get to the top where you're set and ready to go, when
Yeah.
you start the downswing, I want you to transition to that front foot immediately.
Yeah.
So we're still gonna go to the back foot.
Yep,
We're
yep,
still
yep.
gonna be set there, it's just as soon as we start the downswing, we gotta get to that front side.
Yep.
Then everything else can happen the way it's been doing, and we might pick up some distance just because we're getting a little bit better contact. Because even on your perceived good shots, you're still a little bit behind the golf ball.
Yeah.
Okay, so we wanna try to just eliminate that small
Mhm.
percentage that you're missing the ball by, and, try to increase the numbers here.
Yeah.
So, finish the backswing, start the downswing by getting your weight to your front foot. Smooth, slow down. What did that one feel like?
Felt like I started coming forward first.
It sounded a lot, it sounded more just clean.
Yeah.
May have picked it a little bit, but I'd rather have that shot every time than, you know, a chunky short one.
Yeah.
You
I
know,
would
you're
say
gonna
my.
pick up yardage just on that one right there, you know, 10 to 12 yards just on that swing.
I mean, I can't tell here, but maybe one divot around.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't hit a good one with having a divot.
Yeah, and then there's no reason why you still can't hit the ball first and not
Yeah.
make a divot. Nice and slow on the way back, start that downswing with the weight shift forward. There you go, that was better.
About as straight as I can hit it all.
Yep, that's okay. That'll be the next part, we're just gonna kinda get this feeling of this weight shift going here.
I'm definitely hitting this farther today than I have.
Okay.
This is.
So just nice and slow on the way back. Good. A little thin on that one.
Yeah, it felt
But
thin.
you can feel that.
Yeah.
And that's where this movement becomes a little bit tougher because you wanna have that same amount of speed every time.
Mhm.
You know, you're still gonna try to swing the club as fast as you normally have.
Yeah.
And when we change the way we feel or change the way we move, we don't quite have the same result every time. So that's why when we start going too fast, is we start getting a little hesitant, or we're getting the front foot, and we're not quite
Mhm.
sure what to do with the hands, is why we see kind of this ticking.
Yeah. And I
shot
definitely
happen.
get too quick. I don't hit the ball very far, so when I'm trying to slow it down, like, to slow it down and then start driving, that's when I tend to speed up
Sure.
too fast, or
Yeah.
I'm already thinking about going forward, so maybe I don't stop
Okay.
at the top.
That's
the
where we
right
wanna
way.
just, the slower you can take it on the way back, just to start to learn this
Yeah.
process, the easier it is to kind of translate into
Mhm.
actually hitting a golf ball. Gonna go a little slower.
Yeah.
Your timing's there with the hands, it's just we're missing just a touch. Let's take a couple practice swings here while we're waiting, and I'll even be a mirror image here of you, but right now, I mean, you're getting back to here, I mean, really quick to right here.
Yeah.
All right? I want you to really just kind of exaggerate, or even, you know, over-exaggerate right
Okay.
now to train yourself to just set and go forward, okay? That's with every, you know, even a practice one before you hit, because then you're starting to drive that tempo home in your head. So nice and slow on the way back, good set, turn everything forward, okay? And if we do that enough times, then we just kind of set up to the golf ball, and that just kind of becomes second nature on
Yeah.
how we need to swing the golf ball. So it's just creating a nice slow tempo on the way back. Give me one practice swing before we start, slow as you can go, over exaggerate. Again, slower. That was, I mean, that was.
I can't go much slower
That's
than
okay.
that.
Good. Okay, now I want you to hit a golf ball using that same tempo. That's it. That's all the more you need to swing, you're much more in balance. You notice how,
Yeah.
when you hit some of these, you're kind of losing
Yeah.
your balance because your body's, you know, your
I'm
hands
not-
are moving faster than
Yeah.
everything else, which the hands are going to be. But if your body's not prepared to handle the momentum shift and everything,
Yeah.
you're gonna start kind of falling over. So that's where this tempo really plays into keeping your balance in check. Nice, over exaggerated slow on the way back. Nice easy tempo on the way down. Lower. Ball's gonna go the same distance, even farther. Just gotta get you used to smoothing things out. There you go. See how you kinda drove through that one?
Yeah.
We look at the ball flight here, we hit it the same distance,
Felt
but
like
you know,
we're
you're looking at your launch angle is 20 degrees here.
Yeah.
You know, if we even just take a look at the other ones compared to that one. You know, you're at 20 degrees on that one, so you really kinda drove through that one much
Yeah.
better. When you think about it here, 23, 28, 25, 27, you know, you're significantly lower. And that's the effect that kinda getting down through impact has, is it's gonna be a little bit lower launch angle. The distance, the numbers are all gonna be the same, but the big thing that jumps is that ball speed too. You know,
Yeah.
we're at, you know, the club speed relative to the ball speed is what we wanna see. That's good contact that you have in the club face.
Mhm.
Okay, that's all because of that tempo set up on the way back.
Yeah.
And then driving down through on the way down.
Mhm.
Okay? So let's just kinda keep working on that movement right now, get a feel for what we need to do. Let me take a practice one before this one, and I want you to go really, really slow, almost as slow as you can possibly go. Get set, and then go forward. Slower than that. When I do this real, Matt, I'm feeling my body turn, I'm set.
Yeah.
Now I can go forward. I can still have a normal acceleration forward, but I need to let my body get set here in order to transition everything forward.
Yeah.
Okay? So really, really focus on trying to exaggerate that movement so that your body can feel where it needs to be. Then it eliminates the guesswork of when am I at the top of my backswing or when am I ready to swing. Slow. There you go. That's more of the move I want you to make right now. That's what you gotta practice in
Yeah.
order to get this feel down. Okay?
Yeah.
And you can even hit balls like this. They're not always gonna be pretty, but, you know, if you take the Hideki Matsuyama practice route, even if you can go nice and slow, stop, transition forward, if you can start hitting a golf ball like that, your tempo can really set itself up to become normal. And then when you can get it closer to your distance that you normally hit, if you swing, now you can take into the fact that if you can just try to match that tempo here,
Yeah.
it really makes a difference in your contact and your distance. So just nice and slow. Okay. Now I'm gonna pick up a few more yards just because my tempo, everything's moving together.
Yeah.
You know, that's a big 8-iron for me here to go 180 yards. But it's all based off the tempo and using these big muscles, our legs, glutes, abdomen, you know,
Yeah.
back muscles. Those muscles to swing the club rather than just trying to use our arms and hands.
Yeah.
Okay?
And that's all I use.
And that's why we gotta get away from that. That's where this tempo starts using the body
Yeah.
throughout the swing. Alright? So nice and slow. How'd it feel to you?
Chunky.
Okay? Chunky and just about as far as everything else, right?
Yeah.
Okay? So what do we notice here on swing speeds? Alright, let's pull that up and just talk about that for a second. On that last shot, what did it feel effort-wise to you?
Feels like I didn't do anything until my follow through.
Okay? Let's look at the swing speed. Here's my shot from the last one.
Yep.
With mine, I'm swinging 88 miles an hour.
Yeah.
Okay? you felt like you didn't do anything and you swung at
Yeah.
85 miles an hour. The one we really liked with the launch angle was 72.
Yeah.
Okay, so we can see just by using our body, we can pick up massive chunks of
Mhm.
speed just by doing that. Even the ones that you're swinging hard on, you know, you're matching the numbers.
Yeah.
And not really feeling like you're doing the effort.
Mhm.
That's how much these big muscles make a difference in swinging the golf club, and turning everything together and synchronizing your body to move the way it needs to move.
Mhm.
Okay? So that's the important thing. I just wanted to note that
Yeah.
when we do that, we can pick up big chunks of speed and accuracy and consistency. All right?
Yeah.
So take a practice swing, feel the pause, and then kind of match that tempo. Good. Back here. Okay, how did that one feel?
Same as the last one.
Okay, let's see the numbers, 83. Take it back to the other screen so we can see some spin movement. All right. A little more centered on the face, and a little bit rough to me.
Yeah.
Feel that way to you?
Yeah.
Okay. So that's the importance of when you're trying to teach yourself how to swing at a different tempo or a different rhythm. It's not always easy to do. So really finding a routine. You know, you look at some guys on tour, and it's not really due to tempo, more of less on the takeaway. But you know, Justin Thomas is always the one I think of. He wants to start on the same plane every time, so if he can just see where it is, he can go right back to feeling that same move, and then he can
Yeah.
swing the club how he wants. Okay.
Good.
Now, drills for you to work on for tempo specific is just kind of that pause drill, specifically swinging, trying to swing as slow as you can. You know, those two are gonna be the best ones when you're maybe on the range.
Yeah.
You know, one you can do from home is a simple 3-count drill, where you wanna be able to take a slow 2 count on the way back, and then accelerate down with the 3, okay? So that looks more, you know, you can just make practice swings in your basement, your garage. It's just a simple 1, 2, 3. You know, you see the much faster movement on the way down, but I'm letting my body get set back here and then accelerating. Okay? So that's a good at-home drill, you know, for tempo. You know, you can use a metronome if you want, but you know, these couple of drills here are really gonna make a difference. And you've seen that
Yeah.
when you start using your body to turn and swing the club and just kinda let your arms guide the club, that you're going to pick up speed, you're going to pick up distance and accuracy
Mhm.
as well, okay? So now, that's kind of our first main point, is that we can get your tempo on point, we're gonna build up the distance and consistency. And now we're gonna work on accuracy a little bit. So you can see your tendency again is to miss left.
Yeah.
All right, let's get a fresh screen up here. All right. So what do you feel the reason that you hit the ball left is?
I'm just coming through and my hands are kind of whipping through.
You think it's just hands?
Hands, I feel like I can't get the club like up and out at my target. I'm just driving and I'm already kind of swinging through the golf ball.
Okay.
Which is kind of giving me that instead of coming in dead square.
Okay, you just feel like your hands are flipping?
Yeah.
Which is probably a general result of not getting to your front side. You're just gonna kind of hang back and flip.
Yeah.
Okay, you know, it can maybe work well on the driver. You know, we can hit a few drivers and see, but you know, I
Yeah.
think for today, we can mainly, most everything that I work with, if I can do it with 7-iron, I can do it with any club in the bag.
Yeah.
It transfers throughout some of the setups and thought processes we have with longer clubs are maybe a little bit different, but overall, I found that, you know, teaching these kind of more simple movements or thinking a lot more simple kind of generally leads to much more success, distance, accuracy, all those things. So, what we're gonna think about today is togetherness, of the upper body,
Mhm.
okay? We've already thought about the tempo and the lower body shift that we moved to kind of create that. Now we need to talk about the upper body. This is what we're gonna have that's going to really tighten things up. We're not gonna have this big miss left or right, okay? So when I talk about togetherness, the simple drill that comes to mind is I just kind of stick the club about an inch above my belly button. I'm gonna hold my hands all the way out here, okay? So even from this position, if I just take a normal athletic posture and I turn the club back, what do you feel? What does this feel like to you? What does it feel like your body's doing when you make this move back?
Just back,
Yep. What does it feel like your body's doing?
just twisting.
Okay, but the important thing to note is everything is turning back together.
Together, yeah.
Shoulders, chest,
Yeah.
hips, everything goes back together,
Mhm.
alright? Same thing on the way down, everything's feeling together
Yeah.
on the way down. So if I think about this when I hit a golf ball, you know, if I feel everything connected here, my whole body turns back this way.
Yep.
If I'm gonna come swing down on the golf ball, my whole body's turning forward and then it's finishing forward as well. So even if I feel like my hands are finishing way over here, you know, Webb Simpson looks like he hits the ball in circles in the air when he follows through. But it's all of his body movement forward when he hits the golf ball, okay? So what we wanna think about is the hands, shoulders, across the chest, they create a triangle, alright? We wanna try to keep this triangle throughout the entire swing as best we can. Alright, so it involves a lot of body movement. So I'm effectively taking my hands out of the swing, which for you might be a little bit different feel, significantly different.
Yeah.
But the biggest thing here is we're gonna match that nice slow tempo, keep everything nice and smooth on the way back, turn everything forward,
Yeah.
and we're generally gonna hit the ball fairly straight, okay?
Mhm.
Not the best example right there,
I understand.
but when we set up, we wanna think about everything turning together.
Yeah.
And again, even if my hands finish left, that doesn't mean that I'm gonna hit the ball left,
Yeah.
okay? Because I wanna keep my body turning. The harder I turn my body forward, my hands can go as far left as they want, because I cannot hit it left. And if you're somebody that struggles hitting the ball left, when you do that, you're going to be hesitant to make this move, but effectively I'm gonna turn my body as hard as I can forward without using my hands, and my club face ends up being open to the target.
Yeah.
Now to square that up, I just time them together. The hands and the chest rotate together. Then we get a nice straight ball. Okay, that's what we wanna see, is everything working together throughout the swing. And then if I wanna hit the ball a little bit left, guess what needs to happen? Should be second nature to you. Alright, so we can see if I don't use my hands and I turn my body fast, there I am.
Yeah.
Here's where everything's together. Then if I just let the hands go a little bit faster than the body, that's where we see the ball go left.
Yeah.
So if you understand the mechanics that the hands play,
Yeah.
it's much easier to know where you wanna hit the golf ball,
Mhm.
okay? Right now, we just wanna hit this ball as straight as we can,
Mhm.
okay? So that involves just kind of the hands and the chest staying together throughout the entire swing, on the way back, impact, and follow through.
You just want me to stay with the 50? Or switch it up to?
Is that the plug you've been using?
That's what I've been using. the
Yeah,
whole
that's
time.
fine.
Okay.
So the hands, chest, shoulder are all together. Alright, and that's all the harder you swing.
Yep.
Okay, started out online, it looked like. Let's see what our shot shape looks like here. You're just a little close to your target. So I'm gonna check your alignment back here and watch a couple swings.
Yep.
Okay. That right there
Yeah.
is just your hands kind of jumping early.
Yeah.
Okay, so when we got back to the talking about our tempo, the first thing that we wanted to talk about today, what do we need to do? Slow it down, what else?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, so if I I get to here and I'm set.
Yeah.
If I shift the weight to my front side, it's
Yeah.
really hard for me to go this way,
Yeah.
which is effectively what's happening, is you're just closing right on top of the ball, okay?
Mhm.
If I get the weight to the front foot, it's really hard for me to do that also.
Yeah.
Okay, so if I get the weight to the front, my hands are just kinda gonna be right here, and as long as I don't flip them, I'm not gonna miss that severely left, okay? Don't worry about holding anything off, just let your hands flow naturally, keep them with your upper body. Still quick.
Yeah, it's alright.
Let's take a couple practice swings here. And these are probably gonna be the only two things that I really want you to work on, is take your nice slow practice swing on the way back.
Mhm.
From here, we got two things to think about, that's it.
Yeah.
We gotta get the weight to the front side.
Yep.
And we gotta keep the hands together with the chest. We cannot let them jump ahead, cause that's where our problems are created.
Okay.
So everything stays together, but the slower we do this, the easier this becomes.
Yeah. Hit it right.
The good news is you did not hit it left. Sounds a little jelly.
That's my cut.
Okay, that's not a very good cut. Let's keep it nice and easy. Hands in the chest. Don't try to hit a shot shape, just
Yep.
swing the club. There. What do we notice?
I slowed down.
Okay. Much better timing. Lower body, upper body, everything together. Much better impact on the golf ball.
Yep.
When you're not thinking so much about, I need to hit this ball straight, I need to hit this ball, a certain way. When you just move your body and just kinda let the club be guided back down to the ball, you usually hit it straight. When we look at the curvature on your ball, you started just right at the target here.
Yeah.
And you end at the same spot, so it's effectively a straight ball that you hit, which is what we wanna hit every time.
Yeah.
Now if you're setting up here and you need to hook it left, you know how to do that, it's just
Yep.
a matter of speeding up the hands, but we've gotta get you started on the right path.
Yeah.
There you go, it sounded a little more flush,
Yeah.
distance is reflected in that. Very nice, club speed's good, ball speed's good. And a straight ball flight.
Huh.
All relative to that tempo. Good. How's your ball flight?
Right to left. But,
Too much, or?
probably right down the center with 5-yard draw maybe. Hopefully, it's not more than that.
You're
Yeah.
square
Square at target.
impact here.
Yeah.
Comes
Comes
out,
out.
yeah. Okay.
Felt a little quick at the end.
So that's all those hands, so feel your upper body, your hands staying in tune with the upper body
Mm-hmm.
and not trying to add any speed with the hand, but feel your upper body turning a little bit harder on this one,
Yeah.
let's see if it changes it.
Okay.
Okay. A little bit less,
Yeah, off the bottom.
and that'll come with a little, that,
Yeah.
the impact portion, that's gonna take
Yeah.
the longest to kind of feel.
And it's just so hard for me to slow the hands down. Like,
Yeah,
that's
but
just,
that's what you need to do.
I know. Oh, I know,
Again,
yeah.
but you're starting on your target line, you're going a little bit left.
Yeah.
Which seems to be your normal shot shape, obviously.
Yeah.
So you're gonna adjust for that on the golf course, but the less adjustment we have to make, the
Yeah.
easier the
Game is.
silly game is. Slow down. Yeah, that's better.
Yeah.
Maybe a little off the toe.
Little off the top. But felt good.
That's where, you know, when you're going through your pre-shot, you got that press trigger right here. Try not to feel so rigid when you're doing that, just, you know.
Yeah.
You know, the more fluid you can make it, there's no problem in doing that, but, you know, just make it fluid. You know,
Mhm.
then it's easier to say, okay, now it's easy to take it away slow. When you're going hard like this, your tendency is gonna be to kind of take the club back the same way. So just make it smooth, fluid, relax. Sounded good?
Yeah.
Very nice. Get back to, you know, the constant challenge is you're gonna show yourself that you can do the slow move on the way back.
Yeah.
But as soon as you hit 2 or 3 good ones, it's gonna go right back to the other one, you're gonna try to flip something hard.
Yeah.
You know, you're gonna swing hard, so it's a constant reminder that you need to have for yourself, and really just kinda taking that club back nice and slow every time, or as many times as you can throughout the course of a round even.
Yeah.
You know, so really challenge yourself to, you know, even before we're starting to hit these swings, well, we got this delay up, just kinda take your practice swings so that you feel what you need that rhythm to be, and then you can go from there. Slower. Slow it down. Much better contact.
Yeah, I think I just aimed a little left. Didn't think that really went that much.
There's no side spin really. 167 rotations, that's not, anything. You know, you just kinda start
Yeah,
it.
I think I just aimed it
Just
left
look
there.
for your target and just go and just look for your target, but, you know, as long as you don't have it start here and go over
Yeah.
here, you know, that's where our misses are eliminated effectively. Nice and easy. Pretty good. How it feel to you?
Felt good to me.
Okay.
Felt straight.
Yeah, a little bit handsy.
Little bit handsy?
From the top. No, that's gonna be, again, your common theme is that you're gonna kinda jump back to that jumping on with the hands move versus turning the body, okay?
Okay.
When you turn the body, you get that shot that goes, you know, 10 yards over the target versus just in front of the target. That's where you're gonna build your baseline of, now my distances I know are consistent. When I hit it flush, I can.
Yeah.
There's a major difference when you really hit it in the center of the face versus bottom groove, you know, bottom groove toe, or, you know, off the heel. Go ahead and give me one more.
Okay.
Really feel that tempo slow down for me.
Sure. Ah.
So that one, we hit it well, we just kinda jumped on it from the top of that backswing.
Yeah.
Okay, when you
Yeah.
up speed, ball speed, you know, the numbers are significantly better, but you can hear the way you hit it. But,
Mhm.
you know, that's where the hands jump.
Yeah.
And that's where the ball goes.
Okay.
That's the importance the body plays in that turn forward.
Okay.
That's where the accuracy, dispersion really gets
Yeah.
tightened.
This one's going right at it.
Right.
Oh, Chrysler.
Quick, quick.
Slow.
Take your practice swings. What 2 things do we need to really think about?
Getting that, the left side,
Okay.
slowing down the back.
Okay, those are kind of paired together. We gotta slow down on the way back so that we can get to the left
Get to the
side.
left side.
The other thing is the hands and the
In-
chest
in
need to
line.
be together.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
show me one more good one, then we'll wrap up with some short game.
Club's starting to slip a little bit.
Switch clubs? Fine.
I don't need to switch buttons, drawing my hands off a little bit.
That's what I'm going with, at least.
Yeah, that's all right. little more thin,
Mhm.
but it's gonna go much straighter, pretty close to your normal distance.
Yes.
You know, we're not gonna have the ones that you hit 2 or 3 inches behind the ball and they pop straight up, or, you know, they're still carrying distance, but if you try to play that type of shot on a windy day, you've got no chance at any consistency. It just
Yeah.
becomes very difficult when you add any elements to that shot type.
Mhm.
So, you know, really, it's just those couple of things, you know, and you've got your drills for your tempo, kind of really slow down. You know, the thought process of getting to the front foot has gotta be in every swing that you
Yeah.
do. Right now, you can't be worried about trying to hit underneath the ball too much. We gotta get used to hitting that ball first on the way down. And then, you know, using your 3-count drill for at home, using, you know, the pause drill just when you're warming up or practicing.
Yeah.
You know, those are all really to help set up. And then, you know, that triangle, you know, keeping the upper body together, keeps everything rotating together, which leads to easier distances that you're gonna pick up. So, really, those couple of things are really all I want you to work on. And then we'll work with a little bit of short game shots here to kind of translate to make this process a little bit easier to feel
Yeah.
the weight on that front side. So
Okay.
let's just go ahead and grab like a 54. And if you got, we're gonna move our targets.
It's really sleepy on me.
We're gonna move our target just to 50 yards, so the basic 50-yard pitch shot. And what we wanna see out of this is relatively a mini version of our full swing.
Okay.
And the only difference is we're gonna stack the weight on our front foot to start. So you're gonna start to feel what impact feels like with the weight on your front foot. So this is a really good, you know, drill just for you to feel everything on your front side already, because it's gonna be there
Yeah.
the majority of the time. Alright, so for a 50-yard pitch shot, you know, everything's gonna be just basically a little bit less than what I would do for a full swing. My stance gets narrower, I might get a little bit closer to the ball.
Mhm.
I'm gonna stack the weight on my front foot, and then from here, it's just simply that body rotation that we talked about with our shoulders and our hands. Alright, everything's, you know, gonna stay the same. I'm not gonna try to add anything to these shots, because I want the consistency to be there, number one. So I'm gonna start here, and I'm just gonna kind of guide the club back, guide the club forward. You know, everything stays where it needs to, but that's basically all I want out of a pitch shot. Now, I'm hitting pitch shots with an 8-iron here.
Yeah. No, I know.
But with a wedge, I'm gonna get a much more consistent distance. So again, if I hit this one again, I'm gonna try to match that same distance by, you know, trying to carry it 50 yards.
Yeah.
You know, keep everything together, you know, and I can carry it close to 50 yards is what I'm trying to do.
Yeah.
And when you can keep the movement as simple as you can, your consistency is gonna go up significantly. Alright, so we're gonna start with the weight on our front, slow down, no hands. You know, you're a very handsy player, but this shot does not require a lot of that.
Yeah.
You know, you have that shot in the bag, yes.
Yeah.
We need to add this element to the bag. So try not to hinge your wrist so much at all, and just turn your body back and forth.
Okay.
Don't hinge your wrist, just stand on your front foot and just turn your body back and forth. And stay on your front foot. Okay? Slow down for me.
Okay.
Just the body turn back and forth, that's it. There you go. It's relaxed, easy. We're not trying to overdo
Yeah.
anything. There you go. You feel like you're hitting them thin?
A little.
Okay.
I don't really have this shot in the bag. I don't hit them low with my wedges like that.
No, it seems like you're hitting them a little bit thin, so that's why they're going a little bit lower.
Okay.
You know, let that club get down
Yeah.
to the ball. Don't worry about trying to hit it, just let it
Yeah.
kind of get down.
Okay.
You're still gonna hit down on the ball a little bit,
Yeah.
which I know you're not used to, so
Yeah.
you're a little hesitant,
Yeah.
but just kind of let that club fall down into the ground. Stay on your front foot and turn your body forward. A little better. ball play. So turn the body, just let the hands fall down to the ball. A little quick,
Yeah.
a little quick. And that tempo plays a factor. Nice and easy. Nice and easy. Better? Match that tempo. Good. Little quick,
Yeah.
little
I
quick.
was trying to get there a bit more.
So don't worry about trying to add speed by taking it back the same way and speeding the hands.
Okay.
Just bring them back a little further and keep the tempo the same.
Okay.
There. That was it, right there.
That one felt good.
Okay? So you can see, if you can have the same tempo for these shots, it's no different for the full swing.
Yeah.
If I can do that move on the
Yeah.
smaller one, why should it be any different for the full swing?
It's true.
Okay, so if I'm doing a miniature version of that full swing here, and I just wanna try to match that same tempo now, nothing changed. I swung the club essentially on the way back, my body moved the same, it's gonna in fact accelerate more on the way down just because I'm taking a longer swing, but, you know, when we look at the shot, I mean, it's
Yeah.
starting on the same line, I mean, the blue one, or, you know,
Yeah.
this one over
Yellow.
here was
Yeah.
the starting point, and when I swing it together, you know, we get a little drop. But
Yeah.
everything, the tempo, if I can
Tempo's
do it
same.
with the pitch shot, I can do it with full swing. It's
Yeah.
no different, it's just kind of convincing yourself or trusting yourself that when you do that, you will get a positive result.
Yeah.
And right now, you're just very used to playing only with your hands, and kind
Yeah.
of flipping through.
Yeah.
Okay? So, the more you can practice this type of shot, you know, practice with a purpose, you know, this is gonna translate throughout the entire bag, okay? And when you can do that, you're really gonna see the numbers and the consistency start to come together,
Yep.
okay? Any questions on anything?
No, I'd want to hit maybe a couple 4-irons just to see what you think.
Sure.
Maybe go with the
Yep.
5, just on
Let's let's really focus on the tempo.
the
then
tempo. That's kind of what I'm saying.
With these, just to see if we're
Just
gonna
to
let's
see
switch
if
the
I can
club
keep
here.
it together a little bit.
Got a fresh target out there. Take a practice swing just to kind of feel it. So now this is a much longer club to us, so we really gotta make sure we're keeping that tempo nice and easy. And that's all the harder I want you to swing right now.
Okay.
I don't care about adding speed or getting to your target number. You gotta be able to make the same move every time.
Yeah.
Slow down. How'd that one feel?
A little left, but hit it.
It sounded very clean.
Yeah, it sounded, I
Good
mean,
golf ball.
I got the ball, just maybe a little tug.
And you're 0.9 degrees closed at impact, so it's, you know, you're not that closed when you think about your target line. Your hands are flipping a little bit, that's why you see
Okay.
the draw bias
Yeah.
there. But, you know, if you started right here and you kind of kept the club face there, you're either gonna hit straight or you might get a little fade. You know, so really think about the chest together, but that nice smooth tempo,
Yep.
it was much better. Slow down. There. Perfect.
Yeah, that one.
What's your normal number? What do you have there for?
180, 185.
Okay.
This is a 5-iron.
Okay.
That's about right. I've been hitting a little farther last.
195. A that's the
about
importance right there that the tempo plays, and when you build from the short game clubs up to these clubs, it's much easier to just jump in and feel that move.
Yeah.
You know, than to try to just swing with the hands and try to, you know, jump on everything. You know, you gotta be realistic too, when you're on the golf course playing.
Yeah.
You know, you can't try to hit the miracle shot every time. Sometimes you just
Yeah.
gotta take your medicine and hit the shot that you can hit.
Yeah.
You know, until you've been in a situation where you pulled that shot off, a higher percentage of times, that's when you go to it. But for now, kind of matching that tempo, I mean, the two shots impact wise sounded
Yeah.
perfect on the club face. The one we were a little more handsy on, the other one you were much more together, and the ball flight showed that.
Mhm.
Okay? So work on those few drills for right now, and then
Yeah.
we'll check back in a couple of weeks.
Alright.
Okay?